And welcome back, everyone, to part 3 of What If Naruto Went Rogue and Started His Own Village. Last time on the Naruto What If, Naruto and the gang have been training. Zabuza had left the village at this point, but Guren, as we introduced, has shown up and taken over the Team Guren, as it is, leadership role, and has honestly grown pretty accustomed to the village. Now, Yamaru is not with her. This is before she got Yamaru, so even though he's a filler as well, I'm not including him in this because I'm not really including that arc. I'm not including any filler arcs anyway. And she's grown accustomed. She's helped train them up, gotten them pretty strong. She also has gotten stronger. She's adapting pretty well to this life. People are friendly. They don't shun her at all. So yeah, and then an old man came walking into town, a straw hat and a bottle of sake. A little booze on his breath, saying, "I am a master bridge builder." Tazuna came. Now, obviously, you can see where I'm going here. But why is Tazuna in the land of Uzu, not the land of Konoha? Well, technically, it's the land of Uzu, but it's the village of the leaf. Why did he go here? Well, first off, technically speaking, the land away, it's on that map I had. I don't think. Let me get that map one more time. I got it here somewhere. I don't think it actually displays the actual locations of the villages within their respective countries. Oh, no, hold on. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So now Uzu is wiped out. That's why it's not there. But those dots are it. So Konoha is near smack dab, a little to the, looks like, let's see, upper, it'd be your, I think, left. Upper left. Yeah, you look at where Uzu is versus, and Uzu is the one in orange, by the way, where Uzu is versus where the leaf is, and yeah, no. When he hears there's a closer village who might be willing to take his request, he's going there. Plus, it's by boat, so it's just quicker for him. But there's another reason, too. Ultimately, he meets with the Uzu Kage, Utaka. Utaka says, greetings, please step in. Thank you for your hospitality. Now, what I see that you're looking to hire one of our ninjas for a mission. As you know, we're not an officially recognized village at the moment, and we're still rebuilding. So anything we can do to help and get us out there is greatly appreciative. Yes, that's why I actually came to you. And he explains that he's a bridge builder, and he's building his bridge. But he's come under attack and threats from bandits and a tycoon called Gato. The bridge threatens him. It'll bring trade and everything. And he's hoping that the ninja you have here will be able to protect him. And Utaka is listening to this, and he's interested. Tell me, you're being very upfront about this. And he explains, we don't have very much money. We only have enough money really for a C rank mission. Unfortunately, it's like, yes, well, unfortunately, this sounds closer to a B or A rank mission. I'm aware of that, but I was hoping as a new starting, I am told that New Uzu is a place for outcasts to find a home and find families. I was hoping you might be willing to give, what's the word I'm looking for here? Might be willing to help us. Even if it's at a reduced price. And Utaka thinks about this. He knows for a fact they don't actually need the money right now. They got plenty of money. Like, the economy will be fine for probably a couple of years minimum. They do need to bring more profit in to keep the economy flowing, but they'll be fine for right now. But he thinks on it, and he thinks to Naruto. And he says, and he clicks the intercom, which they probably installed. Like, a lot of setups happen in a very short time. They're still building and all that, but they're in a good spot. It's like, could you bring in talks to, I don't know, a Chinoki member. It's like, could you bring in Team Guren, please? Which would be their only real ninja team right now is Team Guren. They still got all the kids in the academy right now. It's going to take them a little bit to get ready to be trained up to be ninja. You only got so many. Hold on. Let me get my actual number here of available ninja. You got 3. You got 6. You got like 3 Jonin, 6 Chunin, and 3 Genin overall. And one of the Jonin left because that was Zabuza. You got Haku and Guren around. And a lot of these ninja have to kind of put to kind of help protect the village a little bit right now. So they don't have much going out. But they come in. Should note, there's a little. I wanted to kind of maybe try to change it, get some imagery for what I think the change of design is. But real quick, both Karin and Fu look about the same. Like they have their standard outfits. Karin does have long sleeves. Here she's got more of a short sleeve, but she has like a red long sleeve that kind of like droops down and hides her arm. Similar to that, I can't remember her name. The chick who absorbed chakra, and it was the sentient hair from that one filler arc with Sora involved. Similar to that design. Fu's got the same thing going down, the opposite arm. Naruto, I've been trying to figure out what to do differently with Naruto's look here. What I ultimately kind of decided on is he's still got the orange pants. I think he'd be fine with the orange pants. He's got something akin to what Boruto wears, but with a bit more of the style of his old jacket, and not in color, but in like actual. He's got the bushy collar, all that, but it'd be closer to like say Boruto's colors. Maybe he's got like an orange like line down like a black shirt or a blue shirt. Honestly, blue would look good on Naruto. He's carrying it well. And he's got like a red undershirt with his ninja mail. He's wearing more reds now because some Uzumaki's really wore reds. Anyway, they get in there. It's like and Guren's like, you summoned us, Lord Uzukage. It's like, yes. As you know, we are still looking to accept missions. This man has come to us with a mission. However, he is, and he explains the mission. However, they only have enough money for a C rank. And he's looking to all of them for their advice to what they feels they should do. He's already kind of made up his mind. He just wants to gauge them. And Karin and Fu look at each other, look at Naruto, who's thinking, and she's like, well, we should help him. He's in trouble. No matter what. I mean, besides, it's not like we desperately need the money right now. I mean, the money is great, but, helping someone should be more important right now. And Fu just kind of smiles. Utaka smiles a bit. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I just wanted to be sure I heard it from you first. Mr. Tazuna, we will take your, as the first accepted mission of New Uzu. We'll take it free of charge this one time. And Tazuna's like, what, free of charge? Indeed. As Naruto said, financially, we're actually pretty secure for the time being, and you need help. We only ask that if anyone asks who helped you, you spread the word that New Uzu is there to help those around you. So, Tazuna is almost like, the reason Tazuna, I think, is so forward here is because he has heard the reputation of New Uzu. It's the village of outcasts who are just there to find a new lease on life, and if they help people, that'd be great too. So, I do see Tazuna being a lot more upfront here, definitely, hoping he could get away with it, and he got away with it. So he's happy. It's like, and he just kind of like, thank you. It's like you'll leave within the hour. And so everyone gets ready. And the Guren, and they basically float off and they go to the land of Wave. Now, surprisingly, you might be surprised to learn that there would be no interaction with either, the people replacing the Demon Brothers and the person replacing Zabuza. We'll get to them. Because they're not going the standard route they went in the original. Now, I do believe Zabuza did encounter them in the Land of Waves, though. Because they took the boat to get to the Land of Waves. But the Demon Brothers it's still in the mainland. Here, that's not the case. And Gato is talking to his hired thugs. And particularly the ninjas he's hired. Apparently he's going over to the New Uzu. It's like, and you just hear the voice. I can't remember what this guy's voice sounded like in the dub. Probably douchey. It's like, no, New Uzu, please. They're just some upstart village of nobodies. They're not going to have any problem. And if they are, and he just ignites a blade of pure electricity, I will take care of them personally, and just holsters it. And by the way, if you are aware of filler, which I'm currently using a lot of right now, you'll know who this is, and where it's actually going to kind of lead a little bit. So ultimately, they're walking, and they're still traversing through the land of waves. It still takes them a little bit to get to the actual town, the village. And they're all just talking and having fun and kind of enjoying being out in the village again. It's been a while since I've had a good time. Everyone's kind of having a laugh. And Taz's like, you sure you guys are going to be able to handle this? He's hired many bandits and more than a few ninja to take me down. Hey, no problem whatsoever. We can handle it. Do it. You didn't think we could take the job. We didn't think we could handle it. Don't worry. Don't worry. These kids might be Genin, but they're actually they're far stronger than their rank lets on. And I'm a Jonin, so you don't have to worry about that. It's like, oh, we'll see about that. And to which Karin just stops like, Karin? And Naruto gets serious. Who's here? It's like, it's someone. He's not, he doesn't have his chakra supply isn't huge, but it's definitely bigger than average. Because this guy isn't actually a Jonin in power. He's actually a Chunin and only got it through a minor scenario. But, and actually, because of what we're doing here, I might actually get rid of these characters. I'll hold off on that. Keep that there just in case. It's like, so you have a sensor, quite a powerful one. Well, isn't that just dandy? But tell me, can you sense things? And he just appears on a branch. The man they call Aoi, I think it is. The man who in the, I believe it's the Land of Tea, where it's the race, stole the Thunder God sword from that belonged to the second Hokage, which is a sword made of pure lightning. Now, the reason I mentioned that he's really not that powerful is that he was actually a Chunin. He's a rogue from Konoha. And he was granted the rank of Jonin, but mostly for selling secrets. So, yeah, he's not actually that powerful. So, yeah, it's like, who are you? Oh, please. Is that any way for a beautiful lady to be introduced to a handsome man? No, but then again, I'm not really looking at a handsome man. Ooh, that's, I see. Well, the name is, I think it's Aoi, or Owl. Hold on 1 second. Naruto. Is there a pronunciation on this guy's name? Let's see here. Ao Rokusho, which I believe is his last name. Let's see here now. Is there a pronunciation on that name? I'm not finding it. Aoi. How would you pronounce that? Let me know. I can't. It's been a while since I've heard the name. I'm gonna go with Aoi or Aoi or Aoi. Aoi is not that one. I'll go with Aoi. So Aoi is just kind of mock as you see. They said they'd be sending ninja. They did indeed. Unfortunately, you got paired up with me. But I hate to kill innocents or beautiful women. He's trying to flirt because Guren is an attractive woman. So tell you what, just walk away. It's fine. It's your first mission. No one will hold it against you. After all, Uzu has so much promise from what I'm told. It'd be a shame if... and it also lets them know that the word of New Uzu is spreading around a bit. We will get to that before the end of the video, because the wave arc is actually not going to last long. So it's like, sorry, but no dice. And not Manji, but it's like, you know the drill, and then they immediately get into position. All got kunai. By the way, I'll talk a little bit more about how strong I think they have all gotten, Fu, Karin, and Naruto. Naruto does have not a Tanto, but I don't know if I'd give him a full-on katana. I think he has something akin to what Sasuke has. It's just it doesn't look like Sasuke's sword. It looks more like it probably looks more like a katana. It's more of a straight sword. I guess not Kodachi, but technically what Leonardo has is not a real weapon, but neither is Sasuke's technically. So something like that, but it's maybe got like a black and orange accents to it on the. It's a very nice looking. It's a very good looking sword, but it's very practical. I think he would have picked up swordsmanship from training under Zabuza, at least to a degree. He's probably not an expert. He's not a master by any stretch. Even with the clones, he's not a master. It's only been a few weeks, maybe a month at most. But he's definitely beyond beginner. He's maybe an intermediate. Like he's solid with it because he practices with the clones all the time. So and he's got his sword ready. Fu's got her hands in a seal ready. Karin also has her hands in the seal, but in a different way and for a different jutsu. She's ready just in case. Guren gets ready. So I have to kill you. What a shame. It's always sad when a woman has to die and he just throws up his umbrella in the rain and needles come down, because one of his techniques was an umbrella that hid hidden senbons and some of them would be poisoned. And it's raining down. It's like dozens upon dozens upon dozens, and she's just like, and they just bounce off her. It's also a shame when It's also a shame when egotistical guys who have too much of an opinion of themselves keep talking. And then Crystal Shuriken Jutsu, and then crystals come out, and he's just like, crystals. And then he's floating in the air. She's summoning a giant thing of crystals. He bounces off that, but the crystal like latches on. He starts growing. He's just in place. Like, oh! It's like, what? I've heard stories about this, but I never thought it was actually real. Crystal release. It's like, yep, sorry, you had to go against me. That's indeed. And she's getting close. She creates the tonfas on her hand, the bladed crystal tonfas. It's like, but I'll make this quick. You're a rogue ninja from what I could tell. Otherwise, you wouldn't be for. No, she wouldn't be able to tell he's a rogue ninja, but unfortunately, based on that headband, you're from the Rain Village. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to put you're gonna be our. Fortunately for you, you're gonna die, but you have the honor of being the first kill in our bingo book. It's like that's kind of you to say. Unfortunately, I have other plans, and then he just activates the Thunderstorm, which is pure lightning, and Guren's crystal release is specifically weak to lightning. Again, I theorize that it's either a combination of lightning and earth. We know it's earth, definitely. But actually, it's more likely that it's fire and earth, because fire, heat, and pressure can create crystals. Hence, like the giant quartz kids are boiling if you ever go inside those. So she reacts, and unfortunately for her, it cuts her, and not only cuts her, but electrocutes her, and she goes flying back. Something I took from Konoha when I left. Behold the power of the flying thunder god. What was it? Sword of the Thunder God? Was that it? I am blanking on the specific name of it. Let's see here. It's not the Flying Raijin. That's not what that is. That's Minato's technique. What did he have? Okay. The Sword of the Thunder God. That's what it is. Just Sword of the Thunder God. It was wielded by the second Hokage himself. A blade of pure lightning. Your crystal release is powerful, but being crystal means it's composed of earth, and lightning is Earth's natural enemy. And she's still somewhat like coming off of the parallels. Like, so sorry, my dear, but I'm going to have to finish this. And she just puts up a crystal wall. He just slices clean through it. And she merely is able to get out and get away. It's like, damn it! Huh? It's like, I'm just, goodbye. It's not going to be enough. And all of a sudden, he clashes, and he's stopped by a blade. It's like, I got you, Naruto. You're supposed to stay with that. Of course I stayed with. Of course, I'm not stupid. And there's a clone right there's like, and she kind of like, of course, I always forget about those damn things. Now, normally he's like, you really think your pitiful blade could stand up to? And he realizes that's wind style. It's like, wind style. A wind blade jutsu, and then the blade just grows bigger and just starts to counteract it a little bit. It's like, if you think this is the best, if you think you can outmuscle me, you're mistaken. All of a sudden, the mist creeps. Is like, what is this? What is this? And Naruto's like, finally just puts some chakra into it. Just and all of a sudden, he gets tagged in the mist. It's like, what is this? I can't see anything. And there's Karin. Karin also made a shadow clone because he cares about his friends and he likes his friends a lot and he wants to trust them with this jutsu. Plus, they have enough chakra to pull it off, no problem. And she's learned the hidden mist because she's got water as one of her elements from Zabuza. And because she's a sensor, that makes a lot of sense. That can work with her. So she's got two of her chakra chains. She can do a third at this point. But two of her chakra chains, kind of like Spider-Man, just grabbing him. It's like, what? You think that these will hold me? He starts to kind of like clash the blade against the chains. They scrape. They're kind of, and she's kind of like struggling with it, but she's holding him. It's like, yeah, flow. It's like, huh? And all of a sudden, Crater Fist Jutsu again. I like Crater Fist more than just Rock Fist or whatever. Just cracks him, and he's just, no. Is he dead? Realistically, that could have killed him. But let's just say he's knocked out. And so, Guren, they send a message that they pick up, they tie him up, make sure that someone sends a message that he is to be picked up and taken care of. But more importantly, what they do is they take the Thunder Sword as well, because they're not going to leave that. Thor is Thunder God, and they take it and they go. And so, and he's either I mean, one of the things they could learn is maybe to steal a person, so he's got like stuck in suspended animation for a bit. And maybe they send a hawk or something, get a message out. But they make it to the village hidden in the mist. Or Land of Waves, sorry. And yeah, it's as shitty as it looks, unfortunately. And I now made the decision I am not going to have the other group of ninja who are going to show up. Spoilers, it was going to be the rain ninja from the exams and from the same arc, but I decided not to because I remembered before doing this video that I had already sent the images that they wouldn't have shown up because that's not the route they took. But yeah, most of this goes on fine. There's not they keep trying to brush up their skills. I think one of the things though is that during their days off, during when they're not protecting it, I think Karin and Naruto and Fu are just hanging out. Karin obviously she failed pretty hard for Sasuke, and she still loves Sasuke at the end of this day. I think she's also kind of feels the same with Naruto, but it's different with Naruto than it is Sasuke, because with Naruto, he's genuinely Sasuke, we know ultimately is a good person at the end, but he's genuinely a good person, generally takes interest in her interests, generally cares about her, genuinely likes her. So she's kind of just, they're spending time together, maybe training, having a good laugh. I think occasionally at night, she snuggles up with him, and every once in a while he's woken up with her next to him, and he's been like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Because, teenager, hormones, like, whoa, but she's my friend. But she's so warm and soft. No. Like, man. Don't wear sweatpants, Naruto. Just saying. But, so yeah. But yeah, and eventually Inari does have the blow up on Naruto. It goes even worse for Inari in this scenario because it's not just Naruto who would respond to what he's saying. Karin and Fu both had kind of shitty lives prior. Fu even more than Karin. So yeah, now Naruto is still the one who kind of blows up on him, definitely. But they also aren't really happy with what he said, but they're able to calm down enough because they're probably still the more level-headed between Naruto and them. And I think Karin might actually look at Inari and say, hey, look, I'm sorry what happened to you. Don't go judging people you don't know, especially when you don't know the life experience they've had. Just that's what she basically just kind of says, like, yeah, don't go talking shit when you don't necessarily have the right to talk shit. And so ultimately the day comes where, it was the fight on the bridge. And at first things are fine. Like everyone's working, everyone's fine. And then like an arrow comes and another arrow, and they're like a whole thing of arrows. Naruto performs a breakthrough. But there on the bridge is like hundreds, it was like dozens of dozens, maybe 100, like bandits. And behind them is Gato. It's like, Gato, it's you. Of course, Tazuna. What, do you think I really let you, your little band of ninja friends, ruin everything for me? That's not happening. You did get rid of my best hired gun, though, which really is unfortunate. Of course, he even thought he could beat them with all the ninja he had, even with Zabuza and Haku. Like, Zabuza was near death, or Zabuza went ham on their asses. Kakashi could have easily taken them, even as tired as he was. Let's be honest. Even Naruto could have probably taken them. Naruto, they were smart enough, obviously, to leave a clone probably with Inari and Tsunami. So ultimately, there's like, now take him down, and then it's like they're all looking, they're like, really? They wipe them out wholesale. And Gato's trying to escape, but ultimately he gets caught by a chain dragged by Karin, and then he's like, yeah, so what are you going to do now? I was like, no, please, no! And like, the world would be better off without you. But I'm gonna, and Guren's like, and they're looking on, like, is she gonna really kill him? However, that's not for me to decide. And then she just throws him at the mercy of all the villagers. What are you gonna do with him? And they're just glaring. And so what ultimately happens with Gato is he is brought up on his first crimes. His wealth is redistributed through like the Land of Waves. And by the way, I plan ahead, but these are going long enough that this is going to be a long series. I'm not even close to where I thought I was going to be. I'm still going to go a little farther in, maybe like 32 minutes or something like that. I'm kind of trying to shorten it down. But anyway, they not only have a bridge to the mainland, they are now in talks about, because they had a lot of redistributed wealth. They're able to really help get commerce in, trade in. They're talking about is like, we want to thank you. Perhaps we should build another bridge, a bridge to New Uzu, to help solidify our allyships. Like, we'll send that news to the Uzu Kage once. I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that. Absolutely. And so they leave. Everything is all well and good. They get back. Now, one thing I should note is, where is Naruto with him and Kurama right now? In fact, where are all the containers of their tailpiece? Utaka and Fu were actually making some good headway. Utaka already had a good control over his version 1 tail cloak. But now that they're trying to more communicate with their tailpiece, actually talk to them, because they can only get so far. Subjugating the chakra is not easy. And Fu actually makes the comment, because she's probably, next to Naruto, she's the most bubbly of them. Why? I mean, Chomi's really not that bad, or she's not really that bad. Actually, in fact, she's pretty fun now and then. And it's like, you ever try to actually just get to know him? And I never thought of that. Like, well, he's just been a burden, but I guess I could try it. Naruto has also tried it, and eventually wakes up one night in his mindscape and finds himself in the fox's lair. And it's like, come closer, and tries to kill him. What the hell? It's like, I almost had you. It's like, you're the nine-tailed fox. It's like, you're my champion. And Naruto, if this isn't a life or death thing, he's just like, look. And he starts talking, and Kurama's not having any. I was like, you want to be friends now, is that right? I heard what Chome's container said. It's like, Chome? Forget I said. And he's like, forget I said that. And Naruto Naruto's still Naruto. He's smarter, he's a little wiser, he's a bit more mature, but he's still Naruto. It's like, look. At some point or another, I'm going to have to probably access your chakra just to survive. So what's the big deal letting me have some of it? I mean, it's not like I'm trying to abuse it or anything like that, but we're stuck with each other, so we might as well try to benefit. And the fox is just like, but you've got balls, kid. I'll give you that. So, and I always kind of liken it to like a red seal or pool of like bubbling chakra or whatever. It's like, there. If you should ever need my chakra, there it is. Or it's only a portion and barely anything like the real thing. And so Naruto can access standard Fox chakra mode, not even the feral mode, just like the standard influx. If he has to, he can push it to the one tails, but that's as far as he can go. The seal has only just slightly cracked. Let's see, 28 minutes, like I said, 32, maybe we'll go to 35, because I do want to at least finally talk about the rest of the ninja world right now in terms of how they're viewing the situation. So at one day, Naruto was just talking with Utaka. Utaka's kind of like just going over now paperwork and stuff like that. And they're explaining... they suddenly are, and he's hanging out, they're kind of talking, he's doing some paperwork, and all of a sudden they are told that someone is coming. Who's coming? It's like, we should probably and it's like, it's someone pretty important. It's like, well, how important is important? The daimyo of the line of fire is here. And so, the daimyo of the land of fire comes. And now, Uzu doesn't have a daimyo. But they were affiliated and allied with the Leaf, so it would make sense that the Land of Fire daimyo would be the one that comes. And he's there, and everyone's like greeting him. It's like, oh my, this is such a lively village. Because we've seen the guy before. He's kind of just like, oh. It's like, hello there. It's like, greetings, Lord Daimyo. We were not expecting you. Oh, I admit, I did show up out of the blue, which is my bad. But I've come to talk to you. It seems you've done a very good job at reestablishing this village. However, the great nations, all the major ninja nations do have daimyos that oversee everything. You're aware of this. I am indeed. I am actually a former ninja of the mist, and we're very well aware of how the daimyos play a factor in the great ninja villages. And he goes on to say, well, it is our hope that one day be recognized as maybe a great ninja village. But we are only just currently setting things up and establishing trade and allyships. Really now, is that right? And who exactly do you currently have as allies? Oh, we have made out. Well, they have no ninja. We have made allies of the village hidden in the way, or the land of waves, and we are firm allies of the village hidden in the waterfalls. We are hoping to expand at some point, but for now we're not seeking any sort of. We're definitely not seeking any war, only to allow ourselves to grow and mature. It's like, fine goal indeed, a mature goal. Now, may I ask, if by some miracle the Land of Fire would ask for an allianceship, what could you offer in return? It's like, my lord, oh, why did you think I came here? And at this point they have actually started to take on missions, and they're starting to slowly make a name for themselves because they've never failed missions. Mostly some low ranks, mostly some C's. It's still qualified. Naruto and theirs still qualified as an A. They've even probably gone on a couple C's now, like no D's right now. Even Haku's got like 1 or 2 assassination missions probably. But unfortunately, that also does. Your closest neighbors would be the Land of Waves and the Land of Waves, Land of Mist, Land of Hot Springs, and the Land of Clouds. Particularly the Land of Village Hidden, or Land of Fire. That does take missions away from the Land of the Village Hidden Leaves. And Utaka does understand. Like, I understand. It was never our intention to make any sort of make trouble for the land. Oh, no trouble at all. And as a matter of fact, it actually gave me an excuse to get out of the house for a change. But I ask again, if for some reason the Land of Fire would be interested in having a new allyship with New Uzu, just as the past, what could we maybe offer to compensate? And luckily, this is where Utaka and everyone can kind of can play and say, well, the former inhabitants did leave quite a mass of wealth. And he explains some of what, not everything. It's like, oh my! It's like, indeed. We also were able to reestablish the seal beds and the seals and the pearl beds, oyster beds, so we can always output a certain number of pearls. Not to mention that we also have a large access of very good seafood as well. And he explains what the average is like. In the Land of Fire, as I was like, my word, this is very intriguing. It's like, and now basically I'm going to cut now to everyone else. Naruto's there. Hold on, I'm not cutting yet. Naruto's there. It's like, but I have one other thing to ask you. What makes you and Daimyo does get more serious now. What do you think is going to prevent a repeat of the past? After all, Uzu was wiped off the face of the map in the last Great Shinobi War from a combined effort. So what assurances could you make? And this is where Naruto chimes in. Lord Daimyo, sir? And it's like, yes, my boy? It's like, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, to which the Daimyo just, Uzumaki, it's like, that's right, that's right. It's like, you don't quite look like it. No, apparently I take after my dad. I'm guessing. I was an orphan myself. But I am an Uzumaki. I got the blood seals to prove it. It's like, and because they found the scrolls, they know what happened to the Uzumaki clan. I actually wouldn't worry about that. Cut to the Land of Mist, the Land of Leaf, or the Village in the Mist, the Village in the Leaf, the Village in the Stones, all the villages, particularly the ones that were actually threatened by them. You get you get Onoiki, and they have been hearing word of a new Uzu coming to front. And now they don't have a lot of info because despite the fact they don't have a lot of ninja, the ninja there are pretty powerful. The big question on everyone's mind is, should we do something about it? And the answer, we cut to Naruto, is they're not going to try to attack us. At least not any time in the near future. It's like, why do you say that? Because they didn't attack Uzu because of Uzu's location or anything like that. They attacked it because they were afraid of my clan. But unfortunately, there's just not any of us left. The few of us that are left are scattered. I was lucky to find a member. She's here now, but there's only 2 of us in the village. And then you cut to even Yagura, who's like and Onoki was just like, let them be for now. For everything I'm hearing, they're just a bunch of random people finding just a home to live in. There's no threat in that. but we'll keep an eye on it just to be safe. All of them are like that, basically. Except for Yagura, who, because they're a little closer and the mist is probably going to keep a little bit closer eye, he's aware there's at least 2 bloodlines in that village. Maybe 3, because he's heard rumors that an Uzu ninja had crystal release. And unfortunately, Yagura, being still manipulated by Obito, would be still very much, we must purge the bloodlines. And so, last but not least, we will talk about what's going on in the Leaf. I guess I'm going to 40 again. I didn't mean to go this far, and I'm still nowhere near as close to where I got in my book. But we cut to the Leaf. How has the Leaf been handling things? Well, there's 2 big things to talk about with the Rookie 9. We'll talk about all of them, but the 2 big ones. And I think really, I think one of the things we'll talk about first is the third getting a message. It's like, it's a message from the daimyo. And it's like, could you bring me in? I can't remember their name, the advisors, and Danzo, please. It seems someone has started, drop something. It seems someone has started repopulating New Uzu. And it's coming along quite effectively. New Uzu? And Danzo's like, the Uzumaki, are they back? It's like, not, it would not seem so. But then they stop and think, it's like, it couldn't be. The boy couldn't have, from the reports I'm saying, from what the daimyo who met with him said, our daimyo met with him and said a blonde-haired boy was very persuasive in his arguments. So they are there. Lord Okage, we must mount not an attack, but we must mount a mission to go retrieve Naruto. We will do no such thing. It's like, but we've been over this. He was never a civilian. And even though the Nine Tails was under our possession, we don't technically own any claim to it. Add on the fact that trying to take a ninja from a newly established village could be considered an act of war. And Danzo chimes in, like, please. They're a newly established village of outcasts from the little my sources have reported. They couldn't be that powerful. Mind you, there are very few shinobi in there. Even his info would possibly be outdated. It's like, perhaps, but it would not look good if we attacked an allied village. Allied village? What exactly do you mean? And he just shows them the daimyo has granted the approval to be daimyo of not just the fire, but of New Uzu. And they're like, no! It's like, indeed. And Sarutobi is smiling. Like, he has accepted Naruto left, why Naruto left. And now that he's hearing this from about Naruto actually kind of reestablishing Uzu, he's just kind of smiling. He's like, serves you right, you assholes. It's like, we will do no such thing. Otherwise, we would incur the wrath of our daimyo, and that would not be good at all. It's like, and they're like, damn it! In fact, this would actually be a good method to include a peace treaty and to further our relations with Uzu. And so, last but not least, we'll end off with everyone's kind of taking a day off, walking the village. They're eating some ramen, because there is a ramen stand there. There's also a curry stand being built. Hint, hint. For anyone, again, who knows filler, curry. But they all of a sudden they are summoned, and they are summoned to the Kage's office. Like, what is it, Lord? What is it, Lord? I guess we'll call him second, because we don't know how many Uzukages there were. We know there was probably one at least. We'll say he's the second Uzukage. It seems your former home is offering something of an alliance. I only ask for one. Then that'd be huge. Naruto mostly has it. Yeah, it would be great. He's told them the stories about what happened there, but he still doesn't really hold that much will towards the village as a whole, just the overall circumstance. There's just one thing that they're asking, and so it's that we participate in the tuning exams. And they're all just like, what? And so that's where we leave part 3. I meant to do another 25. I guess we're going to cap it off at 40. I want, again, stuff I really wanted to get through. I got through finally in this chapter. So now that we've hit this point, I think I can go back to my average 25 to 30 minutes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Can you guess some of the stuff I'm laying groundwork for? Can you guess what I'm throwing out? We'll also talk about how strong each of the Team 1, Team Guren is in the next video as well. So until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks next time.